Parikshit, and welcome to another very exciting session on Unacademy CAT-alyst. In today's session, we are going to solve some very interesting games and tournaments case lists. Remember, games and tournaments is one sub area in your LRDI section which a lot of students often find it difficult. But today, I'm going to make you think and so we will solve case lists which are some of the best in the last 20 years that have ever come in any mock or any CAT examination. So let's get started with this very important and interesting session of today's. Okay, this is me, your educator on the platform with the highest live class rating, thanks to my learners. A lot of batches are starting on Unacademy in the next few days. The 24th of July, the 28th of July, and the 31st of July. 31st of July, I am taking a batch, practice drill batch for CAT 2021. Now, if you wish to enroll for any of these new upcoming batches, remember, you got to subscribe either to the Unacademy Plus plan or to the Unacademy Iconic plan. If you join the Iconic plan, you also get mentorship. And if you join the Plus plan, you will get free mentorship from my side, provided you join the Plus plan using the code Parikshit Live. If you join using the code Parikshit Live, two benefits. A, you will get maximum discounts, and B, you will get free mentorship from my side. Let's get started. Okay, let's go through the caselets. Fine. First caselet on your screen. Okay, let's take this. 3 teams, A, B, and C, participated in a football tournament in which the teams play with one another exactly once. Okay, so there are 3 teams, okay, and they are playing against each other exactly once. A win fetches a team 2 points. So let's note down the data. Win plus 2. And a draw 1 point. So if it ends in a draw, you will get 1 point. A team gets no points for a loss. So if it is a loss, 0 points. Fine. Each team scored exactly 1 goal in the tournament. A, B, and C scored 3, 2, and 1 points respectively. Fine. Now, I think, can you tell me how many matches are being played? Remember, there are 3 teams and they play against each other exactly once. So I think it is very easy to determine the matches, right? Exactly once. So the 3 matches in the tournament must have been A versus B, A versus C, and B versus C. These are the 3 matches in the tournament and they play against each other exactly once. Now remember, they say A has scored 3 points, B has scored 2 points, and C 1 point. So B has scored 2 points and C has scored 1 point. Now think about it, right? Every team has played 2 matches, each A, B, A, C, and B, C. A has scored 3 points. If A has scored 3 points, it must have been 1 win and 1 draw. 1 win and 1 draw because 2 plus 1 is 3. Correct? What about C? C is having 1 point. 1 point. So for sure I can say C must have drawn 1 match. Drawn 1 match and lost 1 match. 1 loss. Now why haven't I written B yet? Now B has scored 2 points. It could be 1 win, 1 loss. 1 win, 1 loss, or the other possibility is 2 draws. 2 draws, right? Both the matches it ended in a draw. So it could be 2 points or 1 win, 1 loss. That is also possible. Hence I have not written for B because for B there are 2 possibilities. Now I think with whatever I have written here, right, let's try to create a table. Let's try to create a table, okay? So the matches are, so if you are able to visualize, the matches are A, so let's try to draw a table A, B, C, okay? And then here you get A, B, C. So I'm trying to draw a table to show the matches, the results of the matches rather. Fine. You know what? There is no match between A and A. So I can cancel this off. A and A obviously no match. B and B no match. And C and C there is no match like that, right? So I'm just putting a cross over there. Now think about it. What about A? A has won 1 match and drawn 1 match. So can I say there are 2 possibilities? A could have won against B or A could have won against C. So again I will say there are two possibilities. Remember, A with 3 points has won one match and drawn one match. So I would say there are two possibilities, correct? So A wins one match against B or the win is against C. So two possibilities. So let's draw both the possibilities. One possibility could be A is winning against B, or the other possibility could have been A is winning against C. So let's draw both the possibilities. A, B, C. A, B, C. Correct? So the win, A's win could have been against B or could have been against C. So here no match A, B, B, C, C. So A could have won against C. Fine? So remember the other match A drew. Other match A drew. So if A has won against C, against B, it will be a draw. Correct? Similarly, if A has won against B, against C, it will be a draw. Correct? So two possibilities I have drawn. Two possibilities I have drawn. Correct? Now remember A wins. A wins. So obviously in BA, I'm reading it row wise. So A wins. So BA, same match, right? A wins. So obviously if I have to fill the BA column, B loses. And AC, it's a draw. So obviously CA also I'll put draw. You read it horizontally. Correct? Now think about it. C has drawn one match. Now remember, C has drawn one match which I have already written. C has drawn one match which I have already written. So the other match C must have lost. So let's put it. C loses the other match. So in the CB matches, C loses. So obviously when I have to fill the BC row, B will win. This is one possibility. The other possibility is the green color possibility. Correct? So let's go back to the green color chart. AB is a draw. Right? So obviously in the BA cell, I'll put that as a draw. Correct? AC, remember you read it row wise. A wins. So obviously when I fill the CA cell, C loses. Correct? So C loses. So if C loses, remember the other match got to be a draw, because if you look here, C has got 1 point. Because C has got 1 point, one loss means the other match is a draw. So CB match would end up in a draw. CB match is ending up in a draw. So you put a D here and you put a draw here. Right? So remember, there are two possibilities. Now the next thing that you need to check, are both the scenarios possible? Remember, in the question, they gave you one very important line which we have not taken care of yet. Each team scores exactly one goal in the tournament. We haven't taken care of this point yet. What is that point? Each team scores exactly one goal in the tournament. Fine? So let's try to take care of that point. So remember the matches are AB, AC and BC. Fine? Now remember, A wins against B. And if it is winning, remember it has to score minimum 1 goal, because if it is A is at 0, then it could not have won. Best case scenario, it would have been a draw match. 0-0. It would have been a draw. But A versus B, A is winning. And remember, more than 1 goal is not possible, because every team scores exactly 1 goal in the tournament. It would mean in the match versus A and B, A would have scored 1 goal, and because B is losing, B would have scored 0 goals. Correct? Fine. In the match between A and C, remember it's a draw match. In the match between A and C, it's a draw match, and total goal by any team is 1. So obviously A has already scored 1 goal. So in this match, A must be 0, and because AC is a draw, C should also be 0. Are you following this? Next, BC. The match between B and C, B wins. And remember, every team scores exactly 1 goal in the tournament. So B cannot be at 0, because if B were to be at 0, C will also be at 0 and it can be a draw. But B is winning. So obviously B would have made 1 goal. If B is making 1 goal, it would mean C is losing. Remember, C is losing, so C would be 0. But the problem in this distribution is, if you see, total goals scored by A is 1, count. Total goals scored by A, 1 plus 0, 1. Total goals scored by B, 0 plus 1, 1. But the total goals scored by C is 0. Total goals scored by C is 0, and that is not possible. Why? Every team scores exactly 1 goal in the tournament. What do we mean? It means this scenario is not possible. This scenario is not possible. Very, very, very important. This is the trick here. I am telling you, 99% of the students will go wrong here because they will miss out this point. This scenario is not possible. Can we look at the other scenario? Can we look at the other scenario? Let's look at the other scenario. AB, BC, AB. Let's draw AC first. Let's draw AC. Fine, AB. Then you have got AC. And then the next match was BC. Let's try to write it, okay? In the match between A and C, A wins. A wins. And remember, every team scores 1 goal in the tournament. So in the match between A and C, A is winning. A must have scored that winning goal, and C is losing. It must be at 0. It must be at 0. Next, A and B ended in a draw. A and B ended in a draw. And remember, total goals scored by any team in the tournament is 1. A already scores 1 goal in the winning match. So obviously the draw match would have ended up in a 0-0. 0-0. So the match between A and B, it was a 0-0. What about B and C? B and C match ended in a draw. And remember, this is the last match now. Last match. I have already marked 2 of them. So the last match, B and C, it ends in a draw. Possibility is 0 and 0. But if I give 0 and 0, total goals scored by B would be 0. Total goals scored by B would be 0, right? That's not possible. So can I give 1 and 1? Absolutely. Can you now verify? Total goals scored by A in the tournament is how much? Total goals scored by A in the tournament is 0 plus 1, 1. Total goals scored by B in the tournament is 0 plus 1, 1. Total goals scored by C in the tournament, 0 plus 1, 1. Super awesome. This validates. This is as per the question, which says every team scores 1 goal in the tournament, meaning this scenario is possible. This scenario is possible. That's it. That's it. So let's look at the answers. What was the result of the A versus B match? A versus B match, it ended in a draw. A versus B match, it ended in a draw. Answer is option C. How many goals were scored by C against B? So in the match between B and C, if you see, C scores 1 goal. C scores 1 goal. Answer is option A. Answer is option A. This is a brilliant question. I'm sure if you pause the video and if you have tried it yourself, you would have got the answers incorrect. You would have got the answers incorrect. So very important. Remember, what is the most important line? Every team scores exactly 1 goal in the tournament. This is the most important line in the question. If you miss out this line, your answers will go wrong. Fine? So this is answer to question number 1 and 2. Let's go to the next case then. Let's go to the next case then. Fine? Let's go to the next case then. Okay. Let's take another games and tournaments case then. Yes. Okay. Let's read this together. Let's read this together. 10 boys whose code names were the first 10 letters of the English alphabet respectively sat at a circular table to play a game called Guess My Number. Okay. Each boy had a secret number in his mind and whispered it to both his neighbors. Okay. So every boy has a secret number in his mind and whispered it to both his neighbors. Then each boy announced a number that was the average of the 2 numbers whispered. So what did every boy do? Every boy announces 1 number, and that number is the average of the 2 numbers whispered in his ears by his neighbors. The line graph given below shows the number announced by each boy, and the table given below lists the 2 neighbors of each boy. And then the question is, what is the secret number of C? What was the sum of the secret numbers of the 10 boys? Okay. Now, look at the graph. What is the graph telling you? The graph is telling you the number announced by each boy. As an example, A announces 1. B announces 2, C announces 7, D announces 8, and so on. Now, what is this number announced by the boy? Go back to the question. The number announced by the boy, each boy announces a number that was the average of the two numbers whispered in his ears by his neighbors. It means B and F whispered one number each to A, whispered one number each to A, and the average of both the numbers is 1. Average of both the numbers is 1. So can I say two people is giving you a number, average is 1. So can I say the sum of the numbers must be 2? Think about it. B plus F. Remember, average of what B plus F whispered is 1. Average of what B plus F whispered is 1. So B plus F divided by 2 is equal to 1, or B plus F is equal to 1 into 2. Did you get it? I hope you understand. Similarly, B announces the number 2. B announces the number 2, and what is it? It is the average of the numbers whispered to B by A and J. So if the average of the numbers whispered by A and J is 2, so can I say A plus J divided by 2 is equal to 2? Or in other words, A plus J is equal to 2 into 2, 4. Average is 2, so sum is 4. So sum is 4. So can you see? Average is 2, so sum is 4. Correct? Similarly, C is announcing 7. If C is announcing 7, you know what? Average of the numbers C announces is 7. And what is the average? It is the average of the numbers whispered by D plus G. So can I say if D plus G whispers average 7, sum is 7 into 2, 14. 7 into 2, 14. So likewise, you can fill all of them. Next is C plus H. C plus H is how much? 8 into 2, 16. 8 into 2, 16. Next is G plus I. G plus I is equal to how much? 16 is gone, right? Next is G plus I is 5 into 2, 10. 10. Next is 10. Next, A plus H. A plus H. What is the next number? 10 into 2, 20. 10 into 2, 20. Next number, C plus A. C plus E is how much? Is 6 into 2, 12. 6 into 2, 12. Next is D plus F. So D plus F, average is 9. So 9 into 2, 18. 9 into 2, 18. Next, E plus J. E plus J, average is 6. Average is, 4. Average is 4. So sum of the numbers is 4 into 2, 8. E plus J. Next is B plus I. B plus I, average is 3. So sum of the numbers is 6. Sum of the numbers is 6. I think you have got how many? Around 10 equations. 10 equations, and now it's all about solving these equations. Now it's all about solving the equations. I don't think you should try to solve 10 equations. It will be time consuming. Just look at the questions. So whichever variables they are asking you, you got to solve for those variables. Correct? So what's the first question? Secret number of C. So basically, they are asking you what is the value of C. What is the value of C? So let's try to find out how you find out C. Remember, first locate C. So C is there in this equation. C plus H is 16. It's there in this equation. And it's also there in C plus E is 12. C plus E is 12. I think there are two equations which have got C. I got to find out the value of C, right? Any other equations? No, there are only two equations. Now think logically. You'll be able to determine the value of C, okay? If you can eliminate, let's say H. If you can eliminate H or E, you'll be able to determine C, correct? So I think let's try to eliminate probably, let's say E. Okay, let's call this equation 1. Let's call this equation 1. Fine. I'm going to try to eliminate E because if I'm able to eliminate E, I will get C. I will get C. So E also comes in this equation. Let's call it equation 2. Equation 2. So can I say equation 1 minus equation 2? 1 minus 2. E cancels out. What I get is C minus J. C minus J is 4. C minus J is 4. Correct? C minus J is 4. Yes? Fine. Now I think if you are able to determine C plus J, you are done. Because C minus J, C plus J, two equations, two unknowns, you will be getting it. You will be getting it, right? So you need C plus J as another equation. Let's try to see if we can get a C plus J. J is out here, but it is A plus J. A plus J. Anywhere else? A plus J is there. You also have C plus H, and you also have A plus H. Perfect. I think this will suffice. This will suffice. Think about it. Let's call this equation 3. Let's call this equation 4. And let's call this equation 5. Equation 5. Can you tell me how much will you get if you do 3 plus 4 minus 5? Think about it. 3 plus 4 minus 5. Equation 3 plus 4 minus 5. So if you do 3 plus 4 minus 5, so 5 has got A and H. 5 has got A and H. So A and H will cancel out, and what will be left behind is C plus J. Think about it. 3 plus 4. How much you are getting? 3 plus 4. If you do 3 plus 4, let's do it. 3 is A plus J. 4 is C plus H. And minus 5. Equation 5 is A plus H. A plus H. This comes out to be 4 plus 16 minus 20. Minus 20. So A cancels out, and then H cancels out. What you are left with is C plus J. So C plus J is 4 plus 16. 20. 20 minus 20 is 0. So C plus J is 0. I think you are done. I think you are done. You can call this equation 6. You can call this equation 7. And you get the value. So from 6 and 7, I think you can easily get it. You can add up both the equations. You can add up both the equations. So 2C, 6 plus 7, 2C is equal to 4, or C is equal to 2. C is equal to 2. That's your answer. That's your answer. C is equal to 2. That's the answer for the first one. Correct? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? What is the secret number of C? Answer is 2. Next. What was the sum of the secret numbers of the 10 boys? I hope the first one is clear to everyone. First one is clear. Answer is 2. Okay. Let's look at question number 2 now. Let's look at question number 2. I'm just rubbing this. Okay. I'm just rubbing this. Fine. Let's look at question number 2 now. Let's look at question number 2. What are they asking you in question number 2? Question number 2, they're asking you, what is the sum of the secret numbers of the 10 boys? So can I say sum means they're asking you A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus I plus J, right? Is how much? Is how much? Okay. Now think logically. I think what you need is basically the sum of all the numbers. Now how can you determine the sum of all the numbers? If you add up all of them, what will you get? Think about it. If you add up all of them, what will you get? How many times A is occurring? A. If you add up all the equations, A is occurring 1, 2 times. 2 times A is occurring. Can you see this? 2 times. How many times B is occurring? B is occurring 1, 1, 2. B is also occurring 2 times. B is also occurring 2 times. Correct? What about C? C is occurring 1 and 2. 2 times. So C is also occurring 2 times. So can I say each of the alphabets is occurring 2 times? Each of the alphabets is occurring 2 times. So if you add up all the equations, I will get 2 times all numbers. 2 times A plus 2 times B plus 2 times C dot 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 up till J will be equal to how much? Will be equal to how much? Can you add up all the numbers? 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 14, 20, 20 plus 16, 36, plus 10, 46, plus 20, 66, plus 12, 78, 78, plus 18, 96, plus 8, 104, plus 6, 10. So 2 times A plus B plus C plus D plus E dot 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 is 110. So can I say sum of all numbers is 55. 2 times all numbers is 110. So the sum of all numbers is 55. So answer is 55. Answer is 55. Did you get this? Did you get this? I think this caselet was not very difficult. The problem would have been because there are so many variables, right? There are 10 variables. The difficulty is how will you solve 10 equations? If you try to solve 10 equations, you will get lost in an examination because remember there are hardly 10 to 15 minutes per case. So you can't be solving 10 equations. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is to understand that when a boy is whispering something, if two boys is whispering something into my ears and I announce the average of those numbers, it's basically I can convert the average to sum. I can easily convert the average to sum, and if I'm able to convert the average to sum, I can easily get the answers, because in that way I'll be able to frame the equations. Correct? Perfect. Yes, I think people are getting it. Super awesome. So let's check this. And also, I must tell you, there are three new courses. There are three new courses starting in the next few days. So we are in the last week of August already. There are two new LRDI courses starting, okay, from August. So one course, the first course is a practice course on DI. It is every weekend, so every Saturday and Sunday it's there. The timings are, it starts from this Saturday onwards, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. on Unacademy Plus. 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and we are going to solve DI caselets from previous year papers and DI mock caselets, mock question caselets. So some of the best caselets I am going to solve in this particular weekend course of mine, morning weekend course, every Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and it starts from this Saturday onwards. Okay, this is the course number 1, first course. The second course is an ultimate course on LRDI. This is going to be an LRDI mixed course, and it starts from this Monday, coming Monday onwards. Every morning, 7:45 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. we are going to solve LRDI. Remember, this is very, very important. You got to practice as much as you can in this last 16 weeks before your CAT. So this is the second course that starts from this coming Monday. Every morning 7:45 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. Okay, no questions repeated. Whatever we do on a weekend, we are not going to obviously do the same cases, right? We are going to do more and more new cases. So morning course will be a mixed LR and DI, but weekend will be only DI. And then every night, okay, for the month of August, 2nd August, again starts from this coming Monday. Every night, 10 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. we are going to start geometry. This is going to be a complete course on geometry, A to Z, and it starts from coming Monday. I think once you solve this entire course with me, right, geometry, you'll have a different view of looking at geometry. And this is going to be a super awesome course, right? So 3 new courses starting in the next few days. Make sure you don't miss it. Now, you can get access to all these courses only if you join Unacademy Plus, right? Only if you join Unacademy Plus. And if you're joining Unacademy Plus, if you're not subscribed yet, remember you can do so by using my code Parikshit Live. If you join using this code, A, you will get 10% discount on the subscription fee. And B, this is the only code which will give you free mentorship. When I say free mentorship, it's beyond your class hours. Anytime you have doubts beyond your class hours, from mock papers, while solving from books, if you have queries, and if you have joined Unacademy Plus using this code Parikshit Live, okay, you will also get free mentorship from my side, any help that you need, in addition to the 10% discount. And the best part is, in addition to all these live classes, right, there are over 200 hours of recorded videos that I will provide to all those who join Unacademy Plus. 200 hours of recorded videos, 200 plus hours of recorded videos. So what happens? These are for your practice materials. Practice materials with video solutions. So if someone wants, let's say last 16 weeks, you need the best material to practice from, what you do? You will start with LR sequence 1. Foundation level LR caselets have been solved. So 16 hours of video are available. Moment you are done with foundation, you go to the concept builder course. That is level 2. It's easy. 14 hours of videos. And then I have prepared a course in such a way that the first course is the easiest and the last course is the most difficult, right? Both for LR and DI. So in addition to the live classes, you will get over 200 hours of practice materials with video solutions if you join Unacademy Plus. And all this can be accessed on Plus. Remember to join using my code Parikshit Live for maximum discount and free mentorship. Correct? Okay, one small announcement now. There are also campus placement batches on Unacademy. You can join them. Remember to use my code for any discount that you might look for. And there are other offerings on Unacademy as well. If you are joining any of the offerings on Unacademy, remember to use my code for discounts. And yes, the Unacademy scholarship test. It's not just enough to keep preparing. Don't just prepare. Test yourself and check how is your preparation going and where do you stand in the competition. For that, enroll on Unacademy's free scholarship test every Sunday, and this is absolutely free. You can use my code Parikshit Live. You'll be able to access this test absolutely free. That's it for today. I think you enjoyed the session. I think you got to learn two wonderful cases. I'm going to see you in my next session. Till then, goodbye and take care. Bye for now.